Welcome to the Countywide Address Management System Modernization Project Introduction. My name is Jeff Ledbetter, and I'm joined by Rachel Marquez, the Countywide Address Management System Coordinator. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what CAMS is and how it works?
Well, CAMS, which is the abbreviation, stands for the Countywide Address Management System. It's a program that facilitates the utilization of addresses and address-related information for decision support tools, for planning, analytics, all throughout the county.
So what's an example of a decision support tool?
A decision support tool helps government officials make better decisions for their constituents. Such as in the COVID epidemic, the county was able to use addresses to map cases and identify outbreaks. The county public works and fire departments utilize the address data within CAMS to track and manage permits, from building a new building to identifying fire clearances.
But that's kind of the point of the CAMS system, right, is to have one database of addresses that every system eventually might use to reference, instead of having many systems with many different address databases that are saying different things different ways.
That's very true, because CAMS is used as the central repository for Los Angeles County in regards to addresses. We try to gather all the addresses from the 88 cities into one central repository so that we could all benefit from that information to better serve the people of this county.
And how many address points have you been able to gather up from those 88 cities in the county, roughly?
Currently, within our system, there is over 4 million address points.
Wow, 4 million address points. And you probably have a pretty good idea that that's not all the addresses out there, huh?
No, that's definitely not all the addresses. Well, specifically this project we're embarking on is a comprehensive support review of the cities and counties, different agencies, to streamline the communication and transmittal of this address-related information into the central repository so that we could increase the ease of use, help the efficiency and effectiveness of all of our workflows, and then support our stakeholders, the cities, the county, the public, in the entire life cycle of the address, from when it first gets built to when somebody wants to renovate the location, whether there's any other changes. We want to be able to provide access to the data, the services, and applications to facilitate this type of information exchange so that county departments that work the entire county information help each other.
I know that there is a little bit of history to CAMS, that this has been tried in the past and has had success. So could you tell us a little bit about kind of the efforts up to this point and where that leaves us for this modernization review?
Yeah, so the initial CAMS was started in about 2008, 2009. We were able to gather disparate databases with their address information, such as the assessors, certain cities, the U.S. Postal Service, and just build an initial state of addressing within Los Angeles County so that people could start using. The original idea was that cities and the county departments can use a standalone application to edit and manage their addresses. Well, with the changing times and the increase in technology and the ability for other cities to continue building their own information, that independent application became obsolete. It was too hard to manage. Very few cities really wanted to participate within that application because of the overhead. And it sort of, just sat where it laid. The data was not getting updated regularly, and there was some gaps of understanding at that point.
So with this project, we're really looking to kind of bring the stakeholders together and to start to build relationships so that we can address those gaps moving forward and make some recommendations to the county to not only improve kind of the technology, right, that you mentioned just now, but most importantly, to kind of really establish or reestablish the relationships between the people that actually do the addresses, the address creation, assignment, maintenance, and the CAMS program.
The people aspect of countywide addressing is a real challenge. You have to bring in not only the planning and potentially public works that assigns the road, gets the development plans, but also potentially community development department, your public safety department. All these departments are impacted by addressing in one way or another, whether they're actually assigning the addresses, assigning the road names, installing or maintaining the street signs that are out there, as well as the public safety that have to use all these resources and information in one central place.
What would you say are the project goals?
So the project goals would be to develop these institutional relationships, build the framework for our collaboration together, not only in the technical infrastructure that we want to interrogate and identify, but also the personal relationships to identify the best practices and the workflows and the tips and tricks that might help another struggling jurisdiction get their addressing in line with national and industry standards. I want to build the transparency into the system so we could all understand and identify the rules that come with addressing, as well as, where those rules sort of get fuzzy, and work together to identify those to be able to push out appropriate, correct information.
So talk a little bit about how the project is going to be structured and kind of what these stakeholders can expect to be involved in.
We want to build the education component, bring together the public works, the planning department, the community development departments together to build a better understanding of addresses and how to address efficiently.
Right. How are you approaching the project?
Well, your company, Datamark, is helping us put together program modernization recommendations for the improved technical resources and the entire system. So that's going to be done by hosting CAMS user group meetings, facilitating educational workshops, and conducting really specific discovery sessions.
We're excited to be a part of the project and to host these meetings and help you coalesce those recommendations. What exactly do you have in mind for the discovery sessions? I know we're going to have different ones at different times with different stakeholders, but they're all going to kind of follow a similar flow and have similar goals. What do you have in mind for those sessions?
Really, I want them to be collaborative, understanding what the city is going through and what their policies and procedures are for assigning and establishing addresses within their community. Whether there's any hindrances that come from certain developers, or whether there's any legal or procedural issues that I might be able to assist with.
So what do you expect from stakeholders in order for this project to be successful?
We really want to build relationship and confidence in this entire process. So helping us by answering surveys, attending the different workshops and meetings we're going to be having, as well as being able to identify the right participants within your organization that might need to attend these educational workshops or trainings.
Well, I, for one, am excited to get into these meetings and get into really where folks' pain points are and what their blue sky expectations are so that we can help the CAMS program succeed at its goals and be better than ever before. So any last, any call to action that you want to leave with the viewers of the video here before we go?
Yeah, I'm really excited to announce that we're going to be hosting our first user group meeting with Datamark in attendance to help educate and inform the entire process for everyone. One critical thing that you could do to assist would be to ensure that your contact information is up to date in the new CAMS registry available on the CAMS Hub site.
Okay, great. Head to that site, update your information. We'll look forward to seeing you on that day. Thanks, Rick. Bye.